Right, this is to demonstrate what happens when you add a completely new product to the system. Right, so this has just got Coca-Cola from the previous or the most recent scan that it did. It retains it on the screen should you need to memorize or remember what you've scanned. If this is in a mobile box of some kind, then obviously you can walk around with this. So it's useful to keep the last piece of information on the screen, so I've just left it, but that can easily be changed. Right, so I've bought these pack of batteries, which I know are definitely not going to be on the system. So it's got barcode, which will scan, right, and as I scan, it should say it's added to the database. There you go. So it says that number has been added to a database. Now we can try and remember the whole thing, but let's just remember about 2739. Right, so let's have a look here. You can see it's picked it up exact 502955, etc, etc. But you can see it's the same number. Right, so it's read that successfully and it's added it to the database. Right, so what does that mean? That means that this is now on the system, but it won't recognize what it is because we haven't told it. Right, so now if I scan it again, and if we watch the screen, it now recognizes this device or this product, or it recognizes the fact that it's in the database, but it's telling us that it's unknown. So now no matter how many times I keep scanning that, it will keep telling me the same thing. But what it won't do is add any more products or any that barcode to the system again, because it knows it's already there. Now, how do we now tell it what it is? So what we do is we go to the entry system. Right, now in the case of what I need to do here, just for the sake of ease of use, or even to demonstrate how easy this could be done, we disconnect the barcode reader. So disconnected, I'm going to plug it into my computer. Right, that beep means it's on again. Right, so that's it says it's disconnected, but it's actually connected to this now, or directly to this. So we just need to make sure the mouse is there, or it's ready to fire. And now I'm going to scan it again. So I'm just going to scan the battery pack again. And that is now recognised that stock item, right? In terms of the database entry, but everything's empty. It's assuming you've got at least one of them, so it just fills in those just for ease of use. And what it also does is it gives you the ability that if you don't really know the product, there's a nice handy link just here, right, which is the actual barcode number. But what that does, if we click on it, it takes us to Google and it does a search just by one click. So this one, even Google doesn't know what it is, so that's fine. We'll get rid of Google, go back to our system, and we'll just put it in. So these are just some batteries, so we'll just give it some random e-tag code. I'll give it something useful. They're Hyundai batteries, I'll call it a HY AA pack of 14, I think, or whatever it is, right? It doesn't really matter. So I'll just fill this out quickly. Hyundai model AA. Alright, so yeah, I put different sizes and quantities. The inner quantity would be, you know, this is an inner as far as I remember. I don't know what they're called, but I just called it an inner. So it's got 14 in it, and then the outer would be the actual box itself. So you might have, I don't know, 20 in it. Let's just put that in as an example. And how many of those have we actually got? I've got two different quantities, just for this. Yeah, if you wanted for different purposes, it can easily be modified. but in this case we'll put stock quantity. Yeah, it's just the one. Alright, we'll update that. Alright, as you can see, it's now given it a name. It's got the code. Right, so the code is here. This is just what we gave it, so this would be our internal code, and this is just a brief description of what it is. And so this, again, this QR code matches this barcode number. This is a custom barcode which also matches this number, and this eTag QR is the code for this custom internal code. Right, now if we check this again, if I was to try this again now, scan the thing again, it goes straight back to the same thing, and we can update whatever it is we need to update. And this can also be done automatically depending on how this is being used. But yeah, the barcodes will change. So if you just have a quick look at that, if I then put something else at the end of it, so if I just add some numbers and just keep watching that, hopefully I'll have to update it. That's changed the code because I've changed my code, which is there. So that's now in the system. Now the system recognizes what that is. If I now get my USB reader or the barcode reader, unplug it from the computer, plug it back into the mobile device. Right, this is now back to being connected. Now if I scan this again, right, so we go back to the batteries, scan it, and as you can see, it's telling us the stock quantity and what it actually is. Now it's just it's missed out the other details because I've probably I've missed those fields out because I had limited space. I had to pick and choose which ones to include and which ones not to. But again, that can be standardized and easily fixed. But it just demonstrates that it's now fully functional. So it's just needed that update as to what it is, click of a button, right, and that's it. So if I now try this with an already entered product, we'll try a bottle of Coke, for example. I think this has already been entered. We'll scan that, and as you can see, it says Coca-Cola. We'll scan something else. We try the hair gel that I use. Wrong one. Oops. And there you can see Alberta bottle. That's supposed to say 200 ml, I think. Yeah, it's a 200 ml bottle, so it's just gone off the screen. So that's why I've got to pick and choose what to put on there, because just the screen's a bit limiting. But it just shows you that it works and it functions. And again, the barcode reader can easily be moved back to the computer. I mean, if you've got obviously more than one, then you don't need to be doing that, but I've only got the one, so this is the only way I can do it. And yeah, it's nice and easy. So now if we wanted to do a stock check, we click the stock check button. So now again, it's got the same form, right? And if this is more for when you if you just wanted to do it speedily, for example, right? So as you're walking around, you just quickly want to check stuff and you don't want to enter anything, you don't want to fluff about. So if we just scan the thing. Oh, what's happened? Let's try that again. Oh, silly me. It's still plugged into this. Right, let me unplug it. Alright, plug it back in the computer. Right, that should work now. Let's try that again. Scanned, and straight away down the bottom it tells you what it is. It tells you the internal code, the barcode, what it is, obviously with a bit more information, because it can, rather than this little screen which you can't, and obviously how much stock you've got. Now if I just if I just leave this in here and don't click a thing, all I use is just the barcode reader, nothing else, right? Now try that again. It goes back to the stock information which you'd expect, right? So now we'll try a different product. So obviously you wouldn't be doing it like this, you can just go around click click click, but you know, I'm just making it so that's scanned, and again I don't need to touch the computer, but straight away it's got the information. And in this case, the barcode, if you wanted for whatever reason to find out more about it, you can just click that, and there you go. In Google it does an immediate search and you can see whatever information you want about it, you know, pages and pages and pages, a typical Google search. But you don't have to type any of that, it's just one click, it generates it for you on the fly. I've connected in with Google to be able to do that. And then add bulk is the opposite of just doing a stock check. It just adds as much as you want. You can just go click 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 with this, and it will just add as many products as you want, with no other interaction required. It will just keep adding, keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. So if you need to sit there and really add loads of products in one go, then you could just do it using the bulk entry system. That just, you know, again, it's just one other function that I gave it. And viewing the stock, it just gives you a little quick table which you can sort and see your stock and check your levels. Again, this is just for demonstration, but this is just to show you what products I've got in there, and just, you know, how easily you can view them. And it's all running on this little baby.